is a nearly amputated head of the penis. C, so much skin of the penis was removed that the child's corpus cavernosa and head of the penis are lodged down inside the scrotum. And in D, the penis was accidentally amputated entirely. There are also a number of postoperative complications, ranging from difficulty breastfeeding, which is important because breastfeeding is a very important, developing the ability to breastfeed is very important for children. Bleeding, which is another sort of minimizing term. You see that on consent forms, and you're like, oh, bleeding. Well, it turns out an infant has 12 ounces of blood. So bleeding a couple ounces may actually cause that child to die or need a blood transfusion. Increase in pain response, infection, which is also very serious for a newborn. Myotitis, which is an irritation of the opening, and that also can be problematic because if it gets bad enough, the child won't be able to pee, and that'll cause you to need catheterization. Necrosis, and even permanent loss of the penis or death. I talked with a pediatric urologist. Those are the people who get the complications to deal with. And he said in a 2-year period, he had over 275 kids he had to treat, almost half of whom required surgery. So they were subjected to an additional surgery in order to attempt to correct whatever had happened. Okay, so that's most of the graphic stuff. Except for in the next few slides, we'll see some pictures of the actual anatomy of adults. So you're also welcome to turn your head aside at that. How many people have seen a penis that was intact? Either your own or a friend's, you know. Well, go see if you can find, if you haven't yet, see if you can find someone who's willing to show you. So I've talked with hundreds of men, you know, both men who've been circumcised and men who have not been circumcised. And I hear a lot of men who were circumcised feel upset about that. They're aware that something, or they've come to be aware that something was taken away from them, and that their body was subjected to something without their choice. I also heard parents talk about their regret from the procedure. So what is the foreskin? The foreskin is this sort of socially constructed thing. It's really just a part of the penis, but since we cut it off, now we need to give it a separate name. In fact, a lot of potential complications lists that you get on your informed consent form say that one of the risks is that you might injure the penis. So we've actually constructed a reality or a view of reality in which cutting off part of the penis is not injuring it. It's only if you then cut the part that you had intended to leave that it's an injury. So I want to show you what the foreskin is. I want to spend some time on that. The foreskin in an adult male is the part that would have been removed is about 12 to 15 square inches. It's the size of a 3x5 index card. It is the most erogenous part of a human male. It contains 10 to 20,000 fine-touch nerve endings, and it also makes the penis shaft skin motile. So it's the difference when you're having intercourse or some kind of sexual interaction. It's the difference between this kind of interaction and something like, if you can imagine a part of your body where the skin moves around nicely. My cheeks are floppy, so I can do that. And that's actually a significant thing because there's another kind of nerve called a stretch receptor that gets stimulated during that motion, and it's the male's contribution to mechanical lubrication during intercourse, either male-male or male-female. The foreskin can be broken down in a couple specialized